Welcome back to our MYP design series. In today's video, we are diving into Criterion A Strand 3, which will ask us to analyze a range of existing products that inspire a solution to your identified problem. This strand is extremely important because before you design anything, you must understand what already exists, what works, what doesn't, and what you can learn from the successes and failures of other designers. Think of this as detective work. Your job is to study, compare, and evaluate existing products so that you make informed choices when developing your own design solution. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to include, how to present your analysis, what teachers are looking for, and how to score in the highest band. Let's get started. Strand 3 requires you to actively study a range of existing products related to the problem that you identified in Strand 1. For example, if the problem is students forgetting their homework, your existing products might include tracking apps, planners, reminder gadgets, or just normal organizational notebooks. If your problem is carrying wet swimming gear, you might analyze waterproof bags, fabric technologies, or sports accessories. If your problem is managing keys, you might analyze smart key holders, trackers, or magnetic key organizers. The key word here is range. That means we're not talking about one product, we're not talking about two, we're talking about several products. Usually I advise our students to choose between 3 to 5 well-chosen examples. Why? Because the more you compare, the more insights you gain. Analyzing multiple examples helps you identify patterns, weaknesses, opportunities, and smart ideas that can inspire your own design. What you must analyze. When analyzing existing products, you must examine them through design-specific lenses. Here are some of the essential elements you must talk about for each product. 1. The function. Ask yourself, what does a product do? What is its purpose? How well does it solve the problem? Describe the intended function and the actual performance. 2. The features. The features are the physical or the digital attributes of the products. Examples may include the size, the shape, the color, the controls, if it's digital or if it's an app, materials, ease of use, accessibility, safety features, packaging, portability, how it is powered, user interface, and some other physical features you can think about. Once you identify the features, explain why they matter and how they affect the product success. 3. The materials. Materials matter because they help you understand, or they help you choose, or they help you influence durability, weight, cost, comfort, the appeal, and the sustainability. Mention what materials are used and why they make sense for that particular product. 4. We have the target user, or the target market, or the intended audience. You ought to clearly identify who the product is designed for. Think about the age group, the lifestyle, the needs, the abilities, and the preferences. If your own project has a different audience, mention that difference. 5. The design style. Ask yourself, what does it look like? What mood or feeling does the design convey? Is it modern, playful, minimalistic, or professional? The aesthetics greatly influence user satisfaction and desirability. 6, we talk about the ergonomics. The ergonomics refers to how comfortable and how user-friendly the product is. Analyze factors such as the grip, the handling, the weight, the interaction, the comfort, and the ease of access. Then the 7th is sustainability. When you talk about sustainability, you must consider 1, environmental impact, 2, the packaging, 3, recyclability, energy consumption, and lifetime of the product. You must mention whether the product supports or harms sustainability goals. Global development, the development goals set by the UN, and one of them is sustainability. So, as you're talking about your product, you must mention whether the product actually meets or harms the sustainability goals that are defined by the UN. Next, number 8, talk about strengths and weaknesses. This is very crucial. For every product, identify what does it do well, where does it fail or could be improved. These insights directly feed into your later design decisions. 9, overall evaluation. Here, you have to end every product analysis with a short evaluation of how effective the product is, how it compares to alternatives, what you as a designer learn from it. This shows reflection and critical thinking. Of course, these are the key elements of scoring a very high grade between 7 and 8. So how can we present analysis? Most MYP students lose marks not because they do not understand the strand, but because they do not present the analysis effectively. Here is a best structure to follow for each product. 1, talk about the product title, include the image and the name. So the first section, you talk about the product itself. Put the image of the product and the name of the product. Then 2, write a brief description. In 2 or 3 sentences, describe what it is and what it does and probably how it functions. Very brief. 3, you provide detailed analysis for the following categories: the function, the features, the materials, user groups, aesthetics, ergonomics, and sustainability. For this, I would highly advise to use a table, because a table can easily be structured into the features or to the many parts that you are talking about. 4, talk about the strengths and the weaknesses. Here you can use paragraphs, you can use bullet points, but you should clearly indicate the weaknesses and the strength. I would advise to use bullet points because they are more ideal for this scenario. For example, strength: the product is durable, the product is lightweight. Weaknesses: the product is expensive, it has limited color options. Then we also have to talk about the evaluation. Finish with 2 to 3 sentences explaining what you learned from the product and how it inspires your own design. A quick one: when you're presenting your analysis, you put the image of the product you're going to describe or you're going to analyze, put a name, then you give a description, then you describe the different features it has, and then you indicate the strengths and the weaknesses, and finally give an evaluation. The evaluation is important because it helps to show what you have gathered, what knowledge you've gained from the product you analyzed, and how you're going to use that knowledge to try and use your own design. For example, you can say, this design has limited options. So in your design, you suggest that I will try to give more options to my users, more color options to my users. It has inspired. Section 4, you compare the products. Now that you've analyzed each product individually, Strand 3 requires one more step. You must compare all the products you've analyzed. The comparison shows as the examiner that you see patterns, you understand design thinking, you can evaluate which product is better and why. A strong comparison includes statements like, product A is more durable than product B because it uses aluminium instead of plastic. Product C provides better ergonomics due to its contoured handle. Product B offers the best value for money. Comparing your products demonstrates the depth of your analysis, which is what the highest bands require. So what do we look for in the highest bands? To score in the top level for Strand 3, you must 1. Show a wide range of carefully selected products, not random items. They must relate closely to your problem. 2. Show detailed analysis of every important design element, from function, features, materials, user, sustainability, aesthetics, ergonomics, strength, weaknesses, everything. 3. Show thorough comparison. Show which products work best and why. Show what things you're going to pick from those products and what you're not going to pick out. Use clear reasoning. Explain your thinking. Don't just describe. Evaluate. Next, have insightful conclusions. Show what you learned and how these insights will guide your own design. When your work has depth, clarity, and strong reasoning, you will meet the highest criteria for Strand 3. Why does Strand 3 matter? Strand 3 isn't just a score requirement. It's a real design skill used by professional designers, engineers, architects, and developers worldwide. When companies design a new phone, they study existing phones. When fashion designers make a new jacket, they study what people already wear. When UX designers create an app, they test competing apps. Great designers learn from what already exists. This Strand trains you to think like a real designer, using research and critical analysis to build a strong foundation for your own creative idea. So, to recap, Strand 3 is your opportunity to study real products, understand what works, identify what doesn't, learn from existing designs, and gather inspiration for your own solution. If you analyze your products deeply, compare them clearly, and explain your reasoning thoughtfully, you will excel in this Strand and set yourself up beautiful for the rest of your design project. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, keep watching the next part of the series where we continue building a strong design cycle step by step. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe and like.